Hey everybody, my name is Lisa and I'm the Crafty Goddess. Hello and welcome. Before we get started, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for coming by. I like to buy stuff to make stuff. I like to make stuff. I like to buy stuff to make stuff. I just said that. I like to do a bit of crafting. I like to play with yarn and beads and trinkets and charms and whatnot. And I occasionally dabble in the kitchen as well. I haven't done that in a while because life has been busy. So if any of this interests you, feel free to go down here and click subscribe and like and follow, all that fun stuff. If you're so inclined. If you're a returning visitor, hey, welcome back. Good to see you again. Feel free to grab a beverage of choice and a snacky or whatever. And yeah, let's dive in. Today's video, as described, oh, there goes my curtain. Oh, well, that's fine. It's a beautiful day anyway, so I could use the breeze. Today's video is a review on the Bag O' Day yarn. So, sorry, don't mind me. You know what? I'll just leave it. Whatever. We could use some bright light in here anyway. And my sister says I need to work on my lighting. So, light! Anyway, yeah, so today's video I am discussing the Bag O' Day Tonal Hues, doing a little review. I know it's been out for about 3 or 4 months now, so I'm late to the party. I'm always late to the party. That is a trend that'll probably never stop. But here's the thing, about 3 or 4 months ago, I was a broke student. I was going through school. I was finishing up my PSW program, and I was, trying to get my in gear and get my new career of choice kicked off. So that kind of had me occupied for a while. I saw the announcement of the new Bag O' Day Tonal Hues yarn. It is a collaboration with Mary Maxim, and I was absolutely thrilled because I'm pretty sure Crystal at Bag O' Day was probably, up to her ears with people saying, you should come out with your own yarn. You love yarn. You love to play with yarn. You have specific opinions of yarn that you like, etc. ad infinitum. And this was kind of, a cool thing to see happen. We've seen some signature yarns from other people in the past. We've seen the Deborah Norville and the Vanna White. Recently, we've seen collabs with, oh my gosh, I can't remember her name, but her channel name is called Bella Coco. That's a collaboration with Hobie Yarns. I haven't gotten any of that, although I am a sucker for a good superwash merino, so maybe I'll get that in the future. But this review, I kind of wanted to do this because, number one, it's new to me. It's been out for a few months, but I wanted to play with it and see how I liked it. And number two, I finally acquired it. As I said, I was a bit of a broke student. I didn't have an income for a few months because I was doing work placements as part of my PSW program. Yes, I get paid a stipend, but it's been a while waiting for the stipend to come through because it goes through the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care, the government of Ontario, so there's miles of red tape before I could even earn any money from my work placements. So, but it's coming. I am working now part-time, extremely part-time. Whatever, it's a job and I'm grateful for it. So my recent excursion to Mary Maxim to take advantage of their tent sale, I decided to go inside the store where I saw this yarn. My sister told me that she was thinking about, I think she said she was thinking about buying it. I'm not sure, but we saw the display. They didn't have all the colorways there. I unfortunately cannot remember for the life of me how many colorways there are. So, okay, this review's off to a banging start. Anyway, I wanted to experiment on my own. There are several colorways available. Now let's go right from the beginning here. So, as we can see here, we've got this lovely crown detail because the Bag O' Day Tonal Hues, every colorway of this yarn it's named after or in reference to Freddie Mercury and Queen, because Freddie Mercury is Crystal's like pop, I'm gonna say pop idol, music hero. He was incredible. I mean, I've been listening to Queen since I was a toddler, I'm pretty sure. And never got to see them live, but listen to their music pretty much my entire life. So every colorway, every you know, whatnot as a reference to it. For example, there's a green tonal hue. I believe it's called Not for the Money, but for, not for the money, but for the music. Thank you, whoever was yelling that in the background. There are other ones. I think there's a brown tonal one called Delilah My Dear, named after his favorite cat, Delilah. I picked up this one. This one is called Liquid Mercury, and it's absolutely beautiful. Now, when I picked up a couple of cakes of these, for some reason, I was seeing teal. I don't know why. Maybe I've got a partial color blindness or something, but there is almost like a blue teal hint to this silver and you know, charcoal and gray. Like, it looks like there's a cooler undertone to this. So I was reading teal, and of course, when you're in a store with that horrific fluorescent lighting, you don't get accurate shading. Like, you have to take it outside to get a good look at it. But I was seeing teal in the store here. I mean, like I said, there's a little bit of a coolness to it, but it was the color that when Crystal unveiled the yarn in her introduction video for this line, I fell in love with it right away. I said, I have to get that one because it looks so gorgeous. So each skein, each cake, sorry, of yarn measures, and it says approximately 300 focus. Please focus for the love of God. Okay, 328 yards or 300 meters. It's 100% anti-pilling acrylic. Each cake measure or weighs 150 grams or 5.3 ounces. Now, the care instructions on this are pretty simplistic, but they're also pretty standard. Machine wash in warm water, tumble dry normal. Do not iron, do not clean, do not dry clean. Sorry, do not clean. Who am I kidding? Do not bleach. So standard for acrylic yarn, and because it is an anti-pilling yarn, it's got that smoother texture to it. Now, if you can see, I don't know, again, gonna try and focus here, sorry. There is a little bit of a, like the tiniest bit of a halo. There's not as prominent of a halo as there is with, say, other acrylic yarns. I've got one here. Let me just grab this by example. I already caked this up, but this is Premier Puzzle, and as you can see, it's got quite a bit of fuzz on top. It's just your standard acrylic yarn. It's a lot of fun to play with, but you can see the fuzziness of the halo, so there's a good chance it will pill up. Whereas with the premium anti-pilling acrylic, the fiber is smoother. It's spun a lot smoother, and it does feel smooth. It is very gorgeous, super soft yarn. The fiber is just, it's incredible. If anybody watched my Mary Maxim haul video, you'll see that I just raved about this. It does pass the smoosh test. It is super soft. I absolutely love it. The suggested let's try that in English. The suggested needle sizes and crochet hook sizes are the same. It's 5mm, which works out to a US 8, crochet hook size H, and it is a medium weight of 4. Now, each cake also feels like it's got some density to it, which is wonderful. Each skein, I would say, packs a punch. It's also got a little blurb, like the ball bands have a little blurb about Crystal and all of her social media sites, like YouTube, like Facebook, like Instagram. I do believe she has a Facebook group. So I decided when I got these, I was going to try to do up, like at first I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was kind of, well, I got two skeins. Maybe I can do like, a reversible scarf or something small that I can just throw on or whatever. There is a 1-row scarf knitted pattern that I got from Stephanie Pearl McPhee, the Yarn Harlot. She posted it a while ago. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on that someday, but I'll give her the credit. Obviously, I own nothing. I just like her pattern. But I finally made up my mind and said, you know what? I should do a Brick Stitch Beanie. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with a Canadian YouTuber by the name of Jada and Stitches, she crochets. She she's like Crystal in that she has a lot of free tutorials on her channel. She has some instructional videos. Jada also does some regular live streams on her channel, and some of her patterns I've followed, and they've been great. I think the last one I did before this was a bucket hat pattern, and it was super easy and a lot of fun. I tried doing a couple of her shawl patterns, and I was like, it didn't work for me, but I'm also like, I still consider myself a crochet novice. I've been crocheting for like 5 years, but I still consider myself a beginner. I'm not as skilled as, say, Crystal or Jada or my sister or whoever, all you other wonderful crochet artists out there. I'm not at your level, and I will gladly admit that. But with this, I thought I would make the Brick Stitch Beanie by Jada and Stitches. I will post her tutorial down below just to, because I don't want to copy her work. She's amazing. So this, I mean, one of the best things about the Brick Stitch Beanie itself is you can use any size of yarn. You can use any type of yarn. You can make it as slouchy as you want, or as, low sitting as you want. Doesn't matter. So I did just like a basic size. I tried to copy the one my sister made me ages ago. I don't have it with me, but this I made out of, I'd say, about half to 2/3 of a cake of the Tonal Hues. This is the liquid mercury. See if I can get the, now that it's sunshiny and I've got that glare happening. This is, yeah, it's about half to 2/3. It's a 2-row repeat, and then, they start to tighten up at the top here. And I cannot tell you how smooth and soft and gorgeous this hat is. And I love how the hues, like how the color gradation works up. This is just so pretty. Yeah, as I said, I'll post a tutorial underneath here in the comments, but just, yeah, the fiber is super smooth, and because it's a hat, it's probably gonna stretch. So I unfortunately made it slightly tighter than I'm comfortable with, but this was just like a one-off, so I'll probably either donate it or whatever. But yeah, I think, do I have the other cake with me? I thought I did. Let me root for it. Where are you? Oh, it's right here. So this was all that was left of the one cake. So I used that to make this, and this was what was left. So the mileage is pretty impressive. I really like this. But again, like I said, I made a hat. So there are a lot of Afghan patterns that use this yarn. But here's the thing. The Mary Maxim Afghan kits with crystals patterns, like Afghan patterns, blanket patterns, cardigan patterns, whatnot, those are patterns you're not going to find on her YouTube channel or any of her social media outlets. Those patterns are exclusive to Mary Maxim. So if you want to get those patterns, you have to buy the kit. And it does come with enough yarn to make the kit. Well, I guess depending on your tension, but whatever. So for this, I used a 5mm hook as recommended, and it crocheted like a dream. The stitches just glided. Mind you, I was also using, I think, was I using a clover hook? I think I was using a clover hook. I only finished this yesterday. You'd think I'd remember. But it took me like a couple days to do this because, eating, sleeping, work, cleaning the house, whatever. But the stitches just flew off the hook. Smooth as heck. The only problem I had with this yarn was sometimes, I wouldn't say it's splitty. Sometimes the fiber did feel like it was going to split, so I had to make sure that the hook caught the entire strand of yarn. But yeah, that was it. And I know some people will see like there's little like inconsistencies with the dye or whatever. I think this adds character. I know some people may look at the discoloration and go, eh. But to me, it kind of adds a heathered effect to the tonal shifts, which I think are really pretty. Yeah, just, I can't rave up enough about this. So yeah, the fiber is nice and smooth. It works up like a dream. It works perfectly with a 5mm hook, which is which is an H. I haven't tried knitting with it yet. I may try to knit a hat out of this to see how that works. The only issue I've had with this, now I also haven't put it through the washer and dryer, so I don't know how it's going to do up. But now here's the thing. The only complaint I have about this yarn at all, and I hate to sound cheap, but I have an issue with the price. Each skein costs $8.99 Canadian. I do not know the American price offhand. I think it's what, $6.99? I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comments. For a Oh, now this is obviously not a basic acrylic yarn. It's a premium anti-pilling. So obviously it's going to be a little higher in price, but it's $9 for a 5.3 ounce cake of acrylic yarn. Now I'm aware we're in a timeline where everything costs so bloody much, and it's just inexcusable and inexplicable. But I don't know, man. And I realize, Mary Maxim has to recoup their overhead. And, because Crystal's name is on here, she deserves some credit too. I completely understand that. It's just, I'm not going to say it's unreasonable, but it's a little steep. Now, there are other yarns that cost more than that for like a single cake of yarn, but those yarns are like, say a cotton or bamboo or whatever. And again, this is acrylic. It's machine washable. I'm not saying that it isn't worth the money, but it seems slightly higher than I would be comfortable paying with. Obviously, I paid it because I have them here. That's the only complaint I really have. And I don't want to sound like I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. Because in the grand scheme of things, considering how expensive everything is overall, it may be considered somewhat reasonable, but I'm just kind of, I'm a little, like, I got them because I really wanted to try them. They're new to me. I wanted to give them the old college tryout. But that's it. That's the only issue I have, really. And it's manufactured in Turkey, so, maybe they're recouping shipping costs as well with the costs of the yarn. But other than that, it's absolutely beautiful. I am not disappointed at all. I mean, the color saturation itself is just gorgeous. And as I said, the way it works up, I mean, we've seen different, like, Afghan blanket yarns and stuff, or patterns with that yarn. Just even the way it does up for this beanie, it's so beautiful. The color saturation is, I'm also I like my grays. I like my grays and charcoals. So I may be slightly biased with this. I definitely want to experiment with other colorways in this line of yarn. There's a few that I want to play with for sure, but I figured I would start with this because it was my favorite. I really wanted to bring it home with me. So as far as, like, say, a rating of some sort, I would definitely give it, say, a 4 out of 5. 8 out of 10, something like that. It's up there. It's not a perfect yarn. Like I said, they kind of lose points because of the pricing, although understandable. But for someone like me who's still trying to make ends meet, I know what people are going to say. Why are you buying yarn when you can be making ends meet? It was something I wanted to try and, present to you folks, give you my 2 cents worth. Speaking of, here's a question. Why is it when people say penny for your thoughts, you're expected to give your 2 cents worth? Yeah, I'm being facetious, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, that's my verdict. 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. I will say 4.5 out of 5. It meets all the criteria for me. It's easy to work with. The color's gorgeous. There's a lot of bang for your buck as far as the yardage, and super comfortable. It's acrylic. It would be super soft. I could probably make hats out of this and bring them to the oncology unit at the hospital where I was getting my chemo, and donate hats to folks who need them. I might do that actually sooner than later, so we'll see. But yeah, it hits all the points. Like I said, except for the price. But again, I don't want to sound like I'm splitting hairs. But, not bad. I like it. I really like this yarn. But that's my review. Does it have my seal of approval? Absolutely. I really like this. I want to go play with more. But I've got other stuff to do. So I'm going to end it here. That is my proclamation. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. If you liked what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate any and all positive feedback. Feel free to drop in the comments down below if you yourself have also tried out the Bag O Day Tonal Hues yarn. What do you think of it? How do you like using it? What colors have you played with? What would you recommend? Your likes, dislikes. And if you haven't done so already, please go down here and click subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell if you're so inclined. Then that way I'll let you know when I post new videos. And yeah, we'll hopefully connect on some cool ideas. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much. Stay safe, keep making cool stuff, and hopefully we will chat again soon. All right, take care. Bye.